Hello all and welcome to my channel where I'm just this random guy on YouTube that has a finance and accounting degree, and I share all the information that I have because why not? So are you tired of being in the situation you're in right now, which is having no wealth, struggling, continually using your credit card, racking up credit card debt, and you don't know what to do? And people continually telling you all you need to do is pay off your credit cards, start saving, start investing, and that's it. But then you go online and you're hearing all these people telling you about rental properties and getting Airbnbs and how to get Bitcoin, and you just get so confused. Scrap all that. In this video, I'm going to give you the basics of the things that you need to do to get you out of that situation. By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to invest, how to stay consistent in investing, which accounts you should use, and which vehicles you should use to invest. It's going to be simple. It's going to be easy. I'm not going to overly explain things and make it complicated. This is going to be something that you could listen to today, and by the end of this video, you could start as soon as possible. Now, I want you to understand this as well. You are not a failure. Whatever it is that you did in the past that got you in the situation you're in now, well, congratulate yourself. Reason being is because now you got to experience what it's like being on the other side, what it's like to struggle, what it's like to really live paycheck to paycheck. Now you don't want to get to that point. You want to break that cycle and start something new. So the habits that you're doing that you know you did before, you know it's going to get you back into that situation. So now you can start fresh and don't do the things that you did in the past, because I've done the same. I got news for you. Everyone has done the same. No one came into this world understanding exactly how finances work. They never taught us it in high school. Our parents really never taught us that, because to be very quite honest with you, the best way to learn about finance is through experience. And in this video, I'm going to share with you all the experiences that I've been in order to get you better with finance. So the first thing you need to do, the first thing you just need to do is to build an emergency fund. I don't care if this takes you a year. You need to start building an emergency fund. Look at your budget. See how much money you have in the end of the month and how much money you can put to your savings account. If you cannot do anything more than $50, then guess what? Any $50 emergency that comes up, now you're able to have that covered and you won't reach into your credit card and start using it. So put 50 in, then you start adding more. Once you get a raise, once you get a bonus, if you do a side hustle, add more and more and more into this account until you get to a point where you get to at least 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Now, I know Dave Ramsey's out there and he tells you you could do 1,000. That is okay. If you want to get to 1,000, by all means, go ahead and get to 1,000. That's enough to get you a little cushion, to get you away from all the crazy small little things that might pop up that now you're gonna have to use your credit card and get you into debt, like a flat, some repairs in your home. You have to go to the doctors, you have a dog, he might get sick. Whatever the case may be, $1,000 could cover that. But I want you to get to 3 to 6 months. But once you reach the $1,000 that Dave Ramsey recommends, I don't want you to be so aggressive to put all your money into savings. This is where you taper off a bit. You continue adding money into your emergency fund to try to get to 3 to 6 months. And with the rest of the money, this is what you do. Those ridiculous credit cards that you have lingering around, you need to remove it. It's like in the movie Ghostbusters. They throw that contraption in the bottom to catch all the ghosts. So credit cards is a contraption in the bottom that's eating all of your wealth. I don't care how much money you invest. I don't even care if you hit it big in Bitcoin. If you're paying interest on credit card debt, you're basically throwing your money away. You need to reverse this. You need to make it that your investment accounts are making you interest, not you paying interest to the banks. So what I recommend you do is, once you start putting money into your emergency account and you build that $1,000 in savings, start putting money into paying off your credit card. Any method works, okay? You can do debt snowball, which is pretty much start with the smallest balance and then start paying it off, and the payments you're paying on a small balance move to the bigger balance. That's the debt snowball. That's the Dave Ramsey method. Or you could do an avalanche, which is start with the highest interest rate, pay that off first, and then go down the line. Or you could do whichever account you hate the most. Just pay your stuff off. All of these are strategies that you can try, but really, whatever you hate the most. You might hate the fact that you spend all this money on shopping, on clothes that you just hated, or you spent all this money on vacation that was horrible, and you want it out of your life. Pay that first. It doesn't matter. As long as you start paying stuff off, that's the key. Because as I said, and I cannot stress this enough, credit card debt is the #1 wealth killer. You need to remove that from your life. Okay, so now that we have all that taken care of, everything is getting cleaned up, you have some money in your account, you're feeling good, you feel well protected because you probably never in your life had more than $1,000 in your savings account. You probably never had all your credit cards paid. You feel like a whole brand new person. And now you're in the vast sea of investing. You're gonna hear so many people tell you about Bitcoin and all these things, but I'm not gonna tell you that. The first thing you wanna do when you start investing, the most simplest baby step thing for you to do is to invest in a target date fund. What a target date fund is this. You say the date that you want to retire, let's say it's in 2065, just throwing the number out there. You buy a fund that will say, let's say target date fund, it could be Vanguard, it could be Fidelity, it'll have something, that variation in there, and it will say 2065. All this is doing really is adjusting your risk throughout your age. The younger you are, the more stock you're gonna have in your investments, because trust me, this is what you want. This is where you gain so much of your wealth, which is stocks. Then it starts taking some of the stocks and investing it also within bonds or treasury bills, something safer. You do not get a lot of money on this, but it is a whole lot safer than putting all your money strictly in stocks, because the older you get, you want to lock in to some of those gains. And that's why this fund, it transitions throughout your life. It is so simple. You do not need to do anything. There's no allocation, nothing. And the expenses is extremely cheap. You could use Fidelity, you can use Vanguard. I recommend Vanguard because I love Vanguard and it seems to have the least expenses compared to every other investment company. So use Vanguard and you're set. That's it. It doesn't need to be difficult. Now, you're gonna hear everyone tell you to do what? Invest in Bitcoin. And this is what I feel about people who invest in Bitcoin. The day you decide to invest in Bitcoin and put a lot of your money into Bitcoin, that's the day you say, I quit. Life and making money is too difficult. I need something to just take me out of this. Something easy, like a lotto ticket. Just win all these millions and billions of dollars and I need to get it. It doesn't work that way. That's not what investing is. Investing is putting money into an account, growing compound interest, which means every day is gaining interest and then the interest on top of the interest and it's building. And the more you keep on doing this process, your money could double every 5 to 6 years and you make so much wealth. But the problem is you don't have any patience, you don't have any time because you keep on seeing other people seeing how much money they made on Bitcoin, so you give it a shot. Those are not the people you want to hear about investing. They got lucky. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care any strategy. They got lucky. Because if you listen to them, there's one person in particular, I'm not gonna name names, and he said he was cleaning dishes and he was down and out in life. And he decided to just invest in Bitcoin and hit it big. Now he's on the internet. He talks like a big shot. He talks like he knows what he's doing. But you cannot teach someone investing when you win that way. That is luck. The only way to learn about investing is someone who started slowly, gradually building their wealth. And that's what I want you to do. And once you're doing this, once you get the ball rolling, I don't care if it's $50, $20, $100, no matter how much money you put, once you get the ball rolling, turn off the news, okay? You are going to freak out every time you hear anything on the news. And in the news, especially finance news, people make money off of fear. They're gonna pump fear into you tremendously. And they're gonna try to prove about them being right about when the market's gonna crash. And if you continue hearing this, you're gonna freak out. Because the golden rule in finance is this: you buy low and you sell high. You're not gonna be trying to time the market. Well, all you're gonna do is continue investing. When the market is up, you're buying. When the market is low, you're buying. It don't matter. You're buying on both sides of the spectrum because there's people out there that try to time the market, and that is impossible. Everything you hear in the news about, oh, the market's gonna crash, it's trying to time the market. And let me just entertain that whole timing the market situation. First of all, it's extremely difficult. You do not know when the market is gonna reach its peak, okay? So you're trying to time it and you're saying, you know what, I think it reaches peak. You have no idea, you're making a guess and you sell the high. Well, what if it keeps on going? And it keeps on going. Now you're not selling really at the highest peak, you're selling a little lower than that. So you're missing out on all those gains that were up there. Let's say you were a genius and you timed it exactly right on the exact day, the peak of the market. Guess what you need to do now? You need to time it on the lowest time when to buy back in. Now you're playing this game on both sides. You can't do it. No one has ever done it. There's people out there who go to college and do all types of analysis and AI, and they still, to this day, can't get it. And let me tell you something. If they can predict the time of the market, we all will be investing in those funds, and we'll know exactly what those funds are. So until this day, it doesn't exist. Just continually invest into your account monthly, whatever money you have, and you will build wealth. So really, that is it. That is all you need to do. This doesn't need to be an hour, 2-hour video with me explaining something extremely long and technical. That's all you need to do, okay? Build an emergency fund, put money to a high yield savings account, start putting money into that. Have at least $1,000 in there, minimum. Put all your money to make 1,000. Once you make 1,000, you could taper off a bit and continue adding money into your emergency fund to get to 3 to 6 months. But the other money now that you're not spending, put that into paying your debt off, get a side hustle, do whatever it is, and just pay it off. Pick a debt snowball, avalanche, whatever the hell you want to do, pay it off. Then you start putting money into your investment accounts. Do the target date fund, set it, forget it, put money in there every month, mind your business. Turn off the news, calm down, drink some lemonade, sip some coffee, tea, beer, wine, whatever the hell you want to drink, relax and watch your money just grow. That's the process. Put money in and money grows. And continue doing that, it's going to continue to grow. There's nothing in life that does not apply to. You put whatever you want into it, it's gonna grow. So guys, if you have any comments, please drop it down below. I would love to read it. And at the same time, hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.